Good morning, it's August 11th, and this is To My Little Friends. Well, now that Congress is adjourned for the August recess, the eyes of the political world have turned to Texas, where Republicans have decided to redistrict the state mid-decade. Normally, redistricting takes place every 10 years after the census, but the Republicans have decided to move ahead with the indication that they could gain as many as 5 seats in the House. The justification being used by the Texas legislature is the state has grown in population so much in the last 5 years that the Justice Department sent them a letter stating that the districts drawn in 2021 need to be overhauled for legal reasons. Now, as you can expect, Democrats have not taken kindly to this action. The Democratic state representatives have fled the state, hoping to block the Republicans from gaining a quorum to move this latest political action. Around the nation, Democratic governors have promised to redistrict their states and squeeze out Republican members of Congress. Sort of a tit-for-tat debate. But they should take a hard look at this and what kind of reactions they put in motion. For the moment, this issue has been contained to Texas, but any escalation on the part of Democrats might create bigger problems for them. In a nationwide redistricting race, Democrats don't have much running room. They've already redistricted the dickens out of their states. Where do they think Republicans got the idea? Consider New Jersey, where Democrats control 9 of 12 congressional seats, despite 45% of House votes going to Republicans. Illinois has 14 of 17 seats to Democrats, though Democrats won 53% of the vote. Oregon, 5 of 6 seats, despite a GOP vote of 42%. Or Governor Haley's Massachusetts, where Democrats control all 9 congressional seats. Here's a bit of math, and it's provided by the Democratic Legislative Campaign Committee that shows how effective the party has been at gerrymandering. States with Democratic state legislative majorities currently control the lines for about 35 GOP seats, and that's left after their aggressive maps. By contrast, Republican state legislative majorities control the lines for 55 Democratic seats. The difference is the GOP advantage in the war Democrats have escalated. Whoopsie daisy, they might not want to do this. Add to this that many blue states have complicated their redistricting efforts by adopting independent commissions. Democrats recognized that mistake years ago and tried to remedy it with the national legislation foisting such commissions on every state, but Congress didn't pass it. So Governor Gavin Newsom has concocted a plan that requires first a supermajority of California lawmakers and then voters themselves to sideline the commission they embraced in 2008. Now, it's quite possible Democrats could squeeze out a few more seats. They've been doing this for years. But if they respond to the move in Texas by doing it in blue states, they might want to look at what Republicans can do if they start redistricting. Republicans are already redrawing lines in Ohio, where they could gain 2 to 3 seats. The party's now actively looking to redraw in Florida, Missouri, Indiana, South Carolina, and New Hampshire. It may also redistricting to shore up seats like that of retiring Congressman Don Bacon of Nebraska, denying Democrats pickup opportunities. The Democrats' aggressive throwdown, both their redistricting threats and the walkout of Texas lawmakers in an effort to thwart a quorum, has also changed the political dynamic. Many state-level Republicans would prefer to leave maps alone, given potential anger from centrist voters in legal battles. But with the base getting worked up by the issue, the pressure is going to act. Oh yeah. In Texas, lawmakers were unenthusiastic about a map fight until President Trump made it an issue. Now they're issuing civil arrest warrants for Democrats who fled the state. But while Democrats keep crying about supposedly Republican gerrymandering, they completely ignore it when they engage in similar activity. Both sides are actually doing what they feel suits them best politically. The result is voters in the wrong party have very little to say. In 40 states, a single party controls the House, Senate, and governor's office, the so-called trifecta, or else they has enough power to block vetoes from a governor of the other party. That leaves less than 20% of Americans living in a state where the minority party has a meaningful voice in governance. Redrawing House districts for maximum partisan advantage would probably deepen the nation's political divide further, wiping out some of the remaining Democratic House members from red states and Republicans from blue states, leaving the minority party in each state with less representation. And if you want to look down the road 5 years, I've mentioned in the past that multiple blue states will be losing congressional seats. California may lose 4 to 5 seats. And if they redistrict now, then they will eliminate some Republicans, but in 2030, they'll have no choice but to eliminate several Democrats and force them into primaries against each other. And based on my 42 years in Washington, those members are not going to be happy to have to run against each other in a primary. Similar situations will occur in New York and Illinois. Rhode Island's 2 Democrats will have to compete for the lone congressional seat in the state. Democrats can go to battle this year, but the war over the long run does not favor them. They should be looking at ways to resolve this in a more civil manner. This has been To My Liberal Friends. Thanks for listening.